Hey everybody, Rob here. So I just wanted to hop on really quick. It's a beautiful day. I actually took a walk in January with no coat on, and I figured I would talk to you guys a little bit about creating some free production value for your films, especially if you're an indie filmmaker or a filmmaker who doesn't have a lot of budget. Just a couple of really quick tips to make your film look really nice, and make it seem like it may have cost a little more to make than it actually did. So the first tip is if you happen to live somewhere where there are some famous landmarks, where there are some really interesting things to look at, maybe there are some recognizable artwork, something like that, outside in the world, write a scene and film that scene in front of there. For example, I happen to live right across the river from New York City, so here we are, right outside New York City. I could film a scene, have a couple of characters interact in this setting here, and it would just be a really interesting moment in the film. It would be recognizable, it would be memorable, and that's some free production value. That's literally just writing a scene and setting it somewhere interesting. Okay, now related to that, if you don't happen to live somewhere where there's a really interesting city behind you, or maybe some famous artworks outside, one thing you can do is just make sure you get some very clever and interesting composition to your image. And by that I mean you can do just film things on interesting angles, stack characters in that traditional sort of triangular formation which you see in a lot of films and movies and television shows. Okay, you can have people form in lines, form in squares. You can do stuff with the cameras, vary your image sizes, all kinds of things to just keep your film looking visually interesting. And again, that's something free that you can do. All you have to do in order to make that image look visually interesting is stack your actors cleverly and creatively, and maybe rack focus with the camera a little bit, and that gives you some free production value. Okay, the final tip, and tip number 3, is whatever you're doing, take time to do it right. Be clean, be clear. Set your lights up right, set your cameras up right, rehearse with your actors, rehearse with your camera, rehearse with your audio, and you will have a very clean image, clean final product, and that's what production value is all about. It's about making it look professional, making it look real, making it look believable, and really making it so that all of these things can happen and the audience stays with the characters, stays with the movie, stays with the show. Hope those tips made sense to you. Hope you enjoyed them. If you want to hear more, I've got a couple other tips on this same topic on my Patreon. So if you're not a subscriber already, take a look at that. And if you are a subscriber, stay tuned, because I'm going to go on to some other tips momentarily.